And so I am walking and thinking about today's video. And I'm pondering on what I want to talk about. And the topic is about how comparison is the thief of joy. As I ponder on this thought, literally 1.8 seconds later, I'm looking on the ground and there are two quarters. I'm outside. I'm not like in my home. There are two quarters next to each other. One is facing heads and one is tails. Different sides, same value. And I was thinking, like, we spend so much of our time comparing our tails to someone else's heads. We compare our behind the scenes to someone else's debut, their highlight reel. We assume they're worth more because we're only seeing one side of the coin and we think we want to be flipped on the other side. When the truth be told is we are flipped, aka being the way we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be at the right time, at all times. Now, if you think about it, a quarter is a quarter, whether it's face up or face down, meaning that the value never changes. Neither does your value. Before we continue today's video, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Aspire BJ, and if you're new here on my channel, we talk about mindset mastery so that we can transform our life so we can get more fulfillment out of this life. So if that interests you, please do subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. All right, back to the video. I really think that comparison steals even more than just joy. What it steals is more valuable. I think it's stealing your ability to recognize your worth. It's chipping away at your self-esteem when you are comparing your value to someone else's. Despite what part of the journey you're in, it's taking a very important piece of you away. For one, it's removing your awareness from what you have to what you don't have. And where your awareness goes, that's where your attention flows, and that's how energy goes. And so if you're focused on what you don't have or you're less than, even though it's not true, you are keeping your awareness on what you don't want. And that's how you stay in the cycle of fear, shame, doubt, comparison, being someone who doesn't seek out their truth because you're in this perpetual state of seeing where others are and never truly valuing yourself as your true value. When in reality, just at different parts of your journey. And to add the icing on the cake, comparing yourself to other people literally makes zero sense. You do not have every single thing perfectly aligned with someone else. So how could you perfectly align where you are to someone else and that makes any sense? You're chipping away at your self-esteem for absolutely no reason. It does not help in any way. What it does is it secretly steals. The more you think about where you are versus where someone is and y'all started at the same time, that person may have been a thought leader speaking on panels for the last 10 years and you're just pressing record on your first YouTube video on your phone, speaking to a camera for the first time. Their speaking skills are going to be more advanced than yours. That's not to say that you will never be a great speaker. It's just that they are at a different stage than you are. With the same token, you may have edited videos for the last 20 years using different types of software, and you're able to edit your own YouTube video, even though you may not be the best speaker, but you may be able to edit it in a way that that great speaker who has all of these years of experience can't fathom because they've only been in front of the camera and never behind. So that's you being a heads and them being a tails. Same value, different sides of the coin. So I challenge myself and I challenge you to catch yourself the next time that you are comparing yourself to someone else. Challenge yourself to recognize it, okay? But how do you get past it, right? Everyone, we're always comparing from school, from sports, from our jobs, from our personal life. Everyone is comparing is like a part of our culture, right? I can easily come on here and say, don't compare. That's in the same boat as me coming on here and saying, you can do it. But it's like, how? Let's dig into how you and I, a part of modern society, can go about not comparing ourselves in a tactical way that makes sense and doesn't steal, but also still allows us to have a slight competitive edge. I'm a competitive person, so I am automatically comparing myself, right? That's how you compete. Oh, I see this person trained over here in this area. Let me get some training over there so I can improve my sprint. You know, like it's just automatically. So I think that competition is inherently a bad thing. It's a survival mechanism. It's how we learn, improve, and understand where we are relative to others. Athletes compare times, businesses compare revenue, students compare test scores. That's all information. If you're new to my channel, I talk a lot about us being a scientist, being the science experiment, and being the person overseeing the experiment. That data, that information that I'm talking about that we get when we compare, that's information. That's the data that we get from observing. So that's not the problem. The problem is when comparison shifts from performance to identity. When it shifts into how you value yourself and how you view yourself, that's the problem. That's where the stealing of joy happens. That's where you devaluing your worth happens. So this is the question we should be asking. So healthy comparison asks, what can I learn from them, or what can I learn from this information that you collected, right? Unhealthy comparison asks, what does this success say about me? What does their success say about where I am? Where does this information I collected based off of others' performance say about me? One is creating growth, and one is creating shame. Less shame, more growth. So that's simply us misinterpreting comparison. So now that we know that comparison isn't the enemy, it's a tool that tells you what's possible. It exposes any blind spots. It can literally fuel your ambition. So that moves us on to realize that the problem begins when you confuse someone's position with your value. So to combat that, instead of asking those unhealthy questions about the comparison information that we found, this is the mind frame that you're going to use going forward so that you can benefit from the human nature to compare. One, don't put yourself on trial anyone someone else does what you think is better than you. Just because they win doesn't mean you put yourself on trial, and that's like the first thing you have to stop doing. Instead, ask, what did they do that I can learn from, right? How can I benefit from their experience? What habits produce those results? There's a million videos on YouTube's. There's a million videos on YouTube of people showing their morning and nighttime routine. There has to be something in there if everyone is doing it and saying that is what's helping them keep their day at least mentally aligned. It may not be the reason they are successful in their specific business or as parents, but at least their morning and evening routines keep them well disciplined so that they can have the space to then do the activities that can lead them to success. Okay. What habits produce those results? That's what we kind of got to think about. That's what we have to keep our mind on. That's another question that we should be asking. And most importantly, is this even the life I want? So back to think about those quarters, right? Just say if they were the quarter that faced up was a direction of life going to the left, and the quarter face down was the direction of life going to the right. You're comparing yourself to you're the right side, comparing yourself to the left side. That's not even the direction you want to go in, right? We'll see the results of what someone did to get there. For example, we know there are trillion-dollar companies, right? 99.99% of the people don't even want to create trillion-dollar companies, right? They just know they want a business that's impactful, makes a lot of money, and they can live comfortably. You don't need a trillion-dollar company to do that. But you're looking at someone who created a trillion-dollar company, and then you're trying to complete their actions and their habits to do something. You don't even want that. You don't want all the stress. You know how much stress comes with that? You likely don't want that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying just because you see someone successful does not mean you want their life. So ask yourself, is this even the life I want? Because what would be the point in you taking on their habits or taking the route they took if that's not even what you want, right? So that's why clarity is important. I actually want to be the quarter that's facing down that goes to the right. I actually do not want to be the quarter that's facing up, in which life goes into the path of the left. Now, truth be told, I pick up both those quarters. So I don't even know which one is which. Why? Guess what? They're worth the same thing, whether I have them both flipped backwards, upwards, whichever way, right? So with all that said, this is how we make comparison useful and not destructive. Compare your strategy, not your self-worth. That's all I have for today's video. Like I said, inspiration is everywhere. I'm so grateful to just be aware and mindful of what's happening around me and able to put it into these like real world examples, at least from my point of view. I just want everyone to remember this, you know, especially people online, right? Your value isn't on the leaderboard. It doesn't lie in your numbers. It doesn't lie in those things. Your performance might be based on that, but your identity is not. You are much bigger than those numbers. You are much bigger than any of those things. So never rest your identity on being anything less than. Always think higher of yourself. All right. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you were able to find some value in it. In the meantime, in between time, my name is Spivey J, and I truly do hope you have a beautiful day. All right. Peace.
You're beautiful. I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
Inspiration is literally everywhere. Something inspires me. Something sparks a thought. Something sparks a thought that cascades into a wave of just creativity. And I'm so here for it. I'm so grateful to be a creation of the creator and to know that I find so much fulfillment in creating itself and just being a creative person. Now, a lot of times people think a creative person, they're just thinking about like visual arts or even performing arts, but creating your reality, you are a creator. Creating your desired reality also means that you are a creator. Creating from your zone of genius makes you just as valuable as a creator as a poet does to the arts, as a trained ballet dancer does for the arts and for the world, part of our culture. And so just like I said, there's inspiration everywhere.